Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's a Thursday morning as we take a quick look at some updates from the world of technology. Some really cool things happening out there. Now, as we know, servicing a commercial satellite has not always been a possibility, especially for private companies. And after a satellite completes its service lifespan, or if it experiences orbital troubles, it'll simply enter Earth's atmosphere and burn up or remain in orbit as space junk, which is not what we want. Now, for the first time ever, private companies may be able to service faulty satellites and to extend their lifespan. Now, 2 commercial satellites have docked in space for the first time, spearheading the satellite servicing industry. Northrop Grumman's Mission Extension Vehicle, or MEV-1, docked with a communication satellite, Intelsat 901, on February the 25th, 2020. And the mission was to refuel the Intelsat 901, which would then lose all communication with a crew if it ran out of fuel and would then be, of course, uncontrollable, or they wouldn't be able to control it in outer space. Now, the MEV-1 was already launched in October of 2019, meaning that it took about 3 months to maneuver around the globe in its orbit in such a way as to make docking viable. And the satellites met up in what's called a graveyard orbit, which is a place where defunct satellites are put so that they won't be interfering with any other activities of other satellites as well. So once the additional 5 years of service by the Intelsat is complete, MEV-1 will then move it back into, or move it back to the graveyard orbit, where it'll be then decommissioned. And potentially MEV-1 could then move on to service another satellite. So this is actually great news in the development. Yeah, and it's launching another service industry out there as we look to explore space more.
That's crazy. Within 3 months, that's already taken place. Imagine within 5 years what more can be, just be done on this platform.
I feel like if you're going to come up with a satellite from the jump, you need to come up with ways or means to kind of, if once it gets faulty, you know what to do with it instead of it just orbiting around the universe. I feel like this came up very late, but we're here, so I guess that's a good thing.
I guess, that's the idea, that in the development of technology, systems are put in place to prevent or to kind of cater for what would happen if the not ideal circumstances are at hand. Yeah. But anyway, that's the latest from the world of technology. But as Graham did allude to earlier on, Dr. Dan Cunningham is back again to take us to the final frontier.